You won't believe the story of Reginald Ballard, better known as Brahman from Martin. Let me tell you, this is how a man who started as just a background extra in a Stallone movie turned into one of the most loved faces on television. But here is the shocking part. Behind all the laughter was a man who faced struggles that almost took his life, both emotionally and physically. This is where it gets interesting, so stick with me because what Reginald went through will surprise you. Reginald was born on October 13th, 1965, in Galveston, Texas. He grew up in a working-class family, living a simple life like many others. From a young age, it was clear he was not going to settle for an ordinary life. He was loud, confident, and full of energy, always standing out in school. He was good at sports, especially football, and he played like he had something to prove. His hard work earned him a full football scholarship to Southern Methodist University, not far from home, but far enough to build his own name. Now, you might think he would study something related to sports, but no. Reginald had bigger dreams. He majored in theater arts because he knew deep down that the stage was where he belonged. But destiny took an unexpected turn. In 1987, SMU's football program got hit with the infamous NCAA death penalty because the school had been paying players under the table. The whole program shut down for 2 years, and Reginald's football dreams were crushed. It was a huge setback, one that could have ended his hopes of making it big. But here is the shocking part. Reginald didn't give up. Instead, he transferred to the University of Missouri and took a theater class that changed his life forever. The moment he heard the applause after his first performance, something clicked. He forgot he was even in a classroom because the stage felt like home. That applause became the drug he couldn't live without. And from that moment on, Reginald knew this was his new path. So he packed his bags and headed straight to Hollywood, but he wasn't rich or famous when he arrived. Nope, he had big dreams, but almost no money. He stayed with relatives and took any small acting job he could find. He went from casting call to casting call, sometimes getting rejected, sometimes landing small roles. You won't believe the craziest part. His first movie role was just as a background extra holding a rifle in the 1989 Stallone movie Lock Up. He didn't even have a single line, but he didn't care. He just wanted to be on screen. After many small parts, his big break finally came when he landed the role of Brahman on the hit show Martin. That role was small but unforgettable. Brahman didn't have many lines, but every time he appeared, something funny was about to happen. America loved him. His funny look and perfect timing made him an instant favorite. But as popular as Brahman was, Reginald's journey was far from easy. Behind the laughs, he faced real struggles that most people didn't know about. After Brahman became a household name, Reginald's career seemed to be on the rise, but life was about to throw him a few heavy punches. You see, the real story isn't just about the laughs and the fame. It's about what he faced behind the scenes. Reginald had a close friend and fellow comedian, Bernie Mac, someone he admired deeply. But here is the shocking part. Bernie's life was filled with struggle too. Bernie was working harder than ever, pushing himself to the limit. Reginald believed Bernie was working to death. He said if Bernie had been white, the whole production would have shut down to let him rest. But because Bernie was black, no one stopped him. They pushed him until his body gave out. This was a hard truth that Reginald wasn't afraid to speak out about, and it sparked controversy. It made people question how the entertainment industry treats its black stars, especially those who are not the biggest names, but still work tirelessly. But just when you thought that pain was enough for Reginald, destiny took an unexpected turn. Reginald himself faced a life-threatening battle, kidney failure. It came sneaking in quietly like a thief in the night. The man who made millions laugh was now fighting for his own life. The doctors told him he needed a transplant, and the clock was ticking. Most people would have broken down, but Reginald's wife, Edith, was a warrior. She wanted to save him and tried to donate her own kidney, but sadly, their bodies weren't a match. But here is the shocking part. Edith didn't give up. She entered a paired kidney exchange program, which meant she donated her kidney to a stranger. And in return, Reginald received a kidney from another donor far away in North Carolina. This complicated swap saved his life. Let me tell you, this kind of love is rare and powerful. It's the kind of love that fights against all odds. Edith became his real-life hero. The road to recovery was long and tough, but Reginald never lost his fighting spirit. Yet, while he was healing, rumors started to swirl around him. Some fans who only knew Bra Man thought Reginald was homeless in real life. Yes, really, because of how real and convincing he was on Martin. Some kids even swore he lived in a hallway somewhere. But here is the shocking part. He arrived in Hollywood with nothing but a Nissan Sentra and a dream. No fancy car, no big money, just pure passion and determination to make it. And that's exactly what he did. He turned every no into a yes, every rejection into motivation. Despite all these challenges, Reginald never stopped working. He kept showing up, making people laugh on TV and stand-up stages. But let me tell you, the story doesn't end there. Even after almost dying and losing close friends, Reginald found new ways to shine. He took a surprising turn in his career by joining the NEA Foundation in 2024 as Vice President for Policy and Communication. Yes, the same Bra Man was now influencing education policy. What makes the story different? It shows the depth of Reginald's talents beyond comedy. He proved he was more than just a funny guy on TV. He was a man who wanted to make a real impact in the world. After stepping into the world of education policy, Reginald surprised many but stayed true to his spirit of hard work and passion. While some thought he might slow down, he kept juggling both worlds, making people laugh and making a difference behind the scenes. What makes this story different? Reginald never settled for just one path. He showed that life can take unexpected turns, and you can still shine if you keep pushing. Still active in entertainment, Reginald never stopped performing stand-up comedy. He was on the road nearly every weekend, lighting up crowds with the same energy he had decades ago. His fans loved seeing the man who made them laugh on TV, now owning the stage in person. But here is the shocking part. He was also still living a humble life, focused on what really mattered: family and laughter. Reginald and his wife Edith remained inseparable through all the ups and downs. They raised 2 kids together, building a life filled with love and support. Edith was more than a wife. She was his rock, his savior, and his biggest fan. Their story of love and survival inspired many, proving that true partnership is about standing together through every storm. The craziest part is how Reginald's career and personal life intertwine with his fans. Despite not having a shelf full of awards or Hollywood's biggest spotlight, he owned the hearts of millions. He became that familiar, comforting presence on screen and stage, the kind of person you might bump into and feel like you've known forever. That connection with people, that love from fans, was his real trophy. And it wasn't bought or won in ceremonies. It was earned through years of hard work, resilience, and genuine humor. But here is where it gets really interesting. Even after all these years, Reginald's story isn't just about past glories. In 2024, at the age of 59, he was still going strong, sharp, funny, and full of life. His net worth might be around $1 million, but the real value is the inspiration he gives. After facing heartbreak, near-death experiences, and the harsh realities of Hollywood, Reginald walked with his head held high, proving that life doesn't always hand you the script. You have to write your own. Now, here comes the final chapter of Reginald Ballard's incredible journey, a story that will leave you inspired and hooked till the very end. You see, after all the storms he weathered, the heartbreaks he endured, and the near-death experiences he survived, Reginald never stopped believing in himself. The craziest part is how he turned every setback into a stepping stone. When life knocked him down, he got right back up, ready to make people laugh again. Reginald's story is one of true perseverance. Even when the odds were stacked against him, he kept pushing forward with humor as his weapon and hope as his shield. From playing Brahman and Martin to becoming a stand-up comedy star and then a powerful voice in education policy, his path was anything but ordinary. What makes this story different? Reginald didn't just chase fame or fortune, he chased purpose and meaning. He showed the world that success isn't just about awards or money, it's about the lives you touch and the love you share. And let me tell you, his fans have never forgotten him. From those early days when kids thought he was homeless, to now, when he's meeting fans at conventions and making cosplay appearances, Reginald has remained real and grounded. That connection, that genuine warmth is rare in Hollywood. It's why people keep rooting for him, cheering him on no matter what. Destiny took an unexpected turn when Reginald stepped into education policy, proving there's more to his story than comedy alone. But through it all, he kept the laughter alive, reminding us that no matter what life throws your way, humor can be your greatest survival tool. So here's the final takeaway for every young dreamer out there. If Reginald Ballard can make it, coming from humble beginnings, battling health crises, and facing industry challenges, you can too. Keep pushing, keep showing up, and keep being funny even when life ain't. Because, baby, Reginald did it and he made it look easy, but behind every laugh was a story of courage and heart. And